I want to start this video off by saying I am straight. That's not relevant to the video, but I am straight. Anyway, on to preachers. I've really only had maybe one proper encounter with a duo of preachers. And let me just say before this as well, which is probably more important than the first point that I made, I don't hate any religion. I am loving equally to all the people out there. Oh, and quick thing as well. Yes, I'm holding the camera for this video. A bit different, but hey, we're going with it anyway. Yes, religion. That's what I meant to be talking about. So, I ran into a duo of preachers one time, and I live in London, right? So there's always something going on in the big crowded places, in all the centres of places. For example, Stratford, Westfield Stratford. There is always something going on there, like actually always something going on there. But that's not the important thing right now. This first thing happened more locally, and I was with my girlfriend, and these two people came up to us, and we were just standing. We were waiting for our other friend to come back because they just went somewhere. I can't remember where, but they just walked off forward, went to go buy something, I think, and we were just waiting for them by like a stump of a building. And busy way, there's always people around, but these two guys, I guess they saw two teenagers, because this was like maybe 2 years ago, maybe three, I don't remember. I think it was like two. But yeah, it was a while ago, and they just came up to us because I guess they thought, two teenagers, people to preach to, easy to like, get the word out better than random adults, I guess. And they came up to us, and here's the thing I don't like, right? I don't want to get too this is meant to be my silly channel. I don't want to get too into this. I don't want to get too political. This isn't political, it's religious. I don't want to get too religious, I guess. Is that wrong to say? I don't know. I love all religions. I don't discriminate. But when it comes to times like this, because I don't believe in I guess I should sort out my beliefs first, shouldn't I? Not sort out, sorry. I should tell you my beliefs, because I think there's probably someone up there. Probably. But I don't associate that with any individual religion. And I forgot the word for that. But anyway, these two guys, well, they weren't both guys. One of them was a guy. This woman and male came up to us and just kind of started saying, the casual things like, would you want to hear about Jesus Christ, all that stuff. But then I wasn't really interested. We were just kind of waiting for stuff. So I guess on my part, I was a little bit rude, it might have seemed, because I didn't say anything. I was just kind of looking out in that direction when they came up. I was like, I don't really want to hear this right now. And then they pointed that out, and they just kind of said, like, your friend here is not really listening. And they were speaking to my girlfriend, and they're just saying, like, hopefully you can get better in the future. And this was also, they also asked before, this is the main point actually, this is the main point though, which is why I remember this. Sorry, I have a food delivery on the way while recording this. I had to check that it wasn't here. But basically they said, have you ever sinned before? And I think that's a pretty obvious answer. I don't think that's a question that is needed to be asked. I feel like it's quite antagonizing actually, which is why I didn't really like that question, is why I started ignoring them kind of afterwards. That, because yes, I think everybody, literally everybody, not a single person on this earth except maybe newborns, haven't sinned before, so to me it was just like that. And then my other point is, people like that, I just think, if I ever was more drawn to Christianity ever, it wouldn't be, those people aren't doing their job correctly, because those people preaching honestly drive me more away from things like that, because I just don't think that's the right approach. So if anything, they kind of drove me away from wanting to be in that religion, which isn't saying anything bad about the religion. I'm just saying those guys in particular. And I'm sure they're nice people, but the way that they preached was not efficient. But that's all I have to say. Everything else is just, yeah. I said this video is going to be titled, like, my experiences with preachers. It's just the one time. Everything else is just, like... Actually, there's another time in Stratford. We kind of said, like, you know how they always hand out, like, little papers that they give... One time, this guy just basically shoved it in my pocket. And I was with my girlfriend again. And she had to, like, kind of take it out of my pocket and say, like, you know, don't put things in people's pockets like that if they don't want it. I'm introverted, so I don't really speak out a lot of the time. I can, but I don't. Anyways, good.